Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the multicolored aspects, the multicolored cards of Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Very first card here, Bartolome del Presi, Presidio. Presidio. What does Presidio mean? Is that a present? Is it present or president? President is presidente, right? What is presidio? 2 mana, 2/1. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Put a counter on it. Wow. In recent years, they've been very scared to make an effect like this, by the way. Like, just instant speed, no mana activation of a sacrifice. This guy is like a really, really sick enabler. I actually love this guy. And he's at uncommon, actually. Let's go ahead and give this guy an A-. Absolutely in love with this guy. This guy's awesome. Presidio is a fort. Okay. Next card here, Captain Storm, Cosmium Raider. 2 mana, 2/2. Whenever an artifact enters a battlefield under your control, put a counter on target pirate you control. Pretty good as well. I'm gonna go ahead and start her off at a B-. A lot of map tokens, a lot of treasure tokens. It doesn't really look like pirates are gonna be a tribal deck, but I guess a lot of the aggressive red and blue cards are just pirates themselves. The Ors upgrade was an A-. Alright, next card here. It's Quinith, firstborn of Gishath. What an awesome card. A little baby legendary dinosaur. 2 mana, 2/3 haste. When Quinith enters the battlefield, you may pay 2. When you do, target dinosaur you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. Awesome card. I love it. I love it. It's a 2 mana, 2/3 haste, or you can pay more to have something fight. It can fight itself. Actually, it's not even a fight, it's a punch. You can punch itself or punch another dinosaur. Awesome card. Let's go and give this card an A+. Flavor text: dinosaurs have no concept of royalty, but they recognize the scent of the mightiest among them. Damn, that's pretty cool. Really cool. God damn, son. Next card here. Nikanzil, Current Conductor. 2 mana, 2/3, so she's a waterbender. Whenever a creature you control explores a land card... Okay. That's the first time I've ever seen that text, by the way. Explores a land card. That sort of phrasing, that's interesting. You may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield tapped. Awesome. So you actually want to actively hit lands. I mean, generally you want to hit lands anyways, but yeah. Then it enters the battlefield tapped. And actually, there's no limit per turn. Whenever a creature you control explores a non-land card, put a counter on Conductor. So it's an extra counter. She's a beast! She's a beast! Goddamn, son! A+? God, these guys are beasts! What a beast! Beastly, godly. Next card here. Zoyowa Lava Tongue. 2 mana, 2/2 Death Touch. God, look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. It's a straight D-gen. Oh my gosh. I've actually seen some guys that look like this here in Bangkok. Some foreigners that look like this. Anyways, Death Touch. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, each opponent may discard a card or sacrifice a permanent. And then Zoyowa deals 3 damage to each opponent who didn't. 2 mana, 2/2 Death Touch. And then if you put a permanent in your graveyard somewhere, permanent card somewhere, deals 3 to them or they sacrifice. It's pretty darn good. I'm gonna give this guy a B. Yeah, they can choose to not do either, but then they take 3, right? Interesting wording, interesting phrasing on it as well. Akawali, the Seething Tower. 3 mana, 3/3, descend 4. As long as there are 4 more permanent cards in your graveyard. This guy gets +2/+2 and has trample. Send 8, as long as there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard. It gains an additional +2/+2 and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Alright, just a big dumb idiot. So it's a 3 mana 3/3 at its floor. Descend 4, it's a 3 mana 5/5. Descend 8, it's a 3 mana 7/7. Pretty awesome, pretty cool. I'm gonna give this guy a B as well. Like, very, 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 very cool chonker, but at the same time, like, generally, the cards that I give higher ratings to are cards that have utility, right? So this one does not have utility. So I'm not going to rate it that highly. Just B, or maybe even B- is fine. B-. I think this is the worst of the bunch we've seen. It's not menace, right? It can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. It is not menace. It is it's mono y mono, right? 1-on-1. Next card here, Kutzil, Malamet Exemplar. 3 mana 3/3. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Okay. Whenever one or more creatures you control, each with power greater than its base power, deals combat damage to player, draw a card. Whenever one or more creatures you control, each with power greater than its base power, deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Okay, so it doesn't trigger on itself, but basically what it's saying is that, like, a 2/1, or a 3/2, or a 3/1, or like a 4/3, or a 10/1, something like that, right? With power greater than its base... Wait, hold on. Power greater than its base power. Wait, what? Hold on. Whenever one or more creatures you control... Oh, hold on. One or more creatures control with power greater than its base power. Okay, so this works with the dino that tail whips, right? With power greater than its base power. Wait, what? Oh. +1 counters are pumped. It needs to be modified, I see. Okay. So its power has to be more than it is originally. Okay, I see. Deals combat damage to player, draw a card. Pretty sweet card though. I like it. It's also an engine. It's a good reason to play counters, it's a good reason to explore, a good reason to play equipment. I like it. I'm gonna give this card an A. Seems good. Me likey. Next card here. Kappa Rokoti. Kappa Rokti. Kappa Rokti. Kappa Rokti Sunborn. 4 mana 4/4. Whenever Kappa Rokti Sunborn attacks, you may tap 2 untapped artifacts and or creatures you control. Okay, if you do discover 3. Card's awesome. Giga awesome. Well statted, 4 mana 4/4. It attacks, you can tap 2 untapped artifacts and or creatures you control, and then discover 3. Awesome card. Awesome card. A. Maybe even A+ for this card as well. Awesome. Kappa-Rokti. Yeah, Kappa-Rokti. Awesome card. Next card here, Master Guide's Mural. 5 mana when it enters the battlefield. Make a 4/4 white and blue golem artifact creature token. What? Okay. 5 mana 4/4, and then it has craft with artifact. Damn, this looks like Sphinx's Revelation, bro. Craft with artifact, 7 mana. Okay. Master's Manufactory. Manufactory. The artifact. Tap, create a 4/4 white and blue golem artifact creature token. Activate only if Master's Manufactory or another artifact enter the battlefield under your control this turn. Whoa. Whoa! Swole! I think this card is sick, dude. It's a 5 mana 4/4 that you can craft with the artifact, and then it becomes a 4/4 factory. I think this card is phenomenal. basically, like, this is just the deck, right? This is just the deck. Like, you don't really even need anything else. That's it. That's it. I love it. I think I'm actually gonna give it an S. I'm actually gonna give it an S. It's probably more of like an A plus, to be honest. But this is just a great well-rounded card that provides you inevitability, and I don't think it's that hard. I think it's very, very good, and it's at uncommon, so the power level is kind of through the roof. The power level seems actually, in general, higher than March of the Machine for this format thus far. Right. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe it's not an S, but it seems phenomenal to me. I love it. And the very last uncommon here for multicolored is Ukbenbach. Ukbenbach. I feel like I just got cursed by saying his name. Ukbenbach. The Great Mistake. What the hell, man? God damn. Did Wizards just cast a spell on me? 5 mana, 6/4. Vigilance, Menace. Bro, that is a weird... Vigilance, Menace on a blue-black card. That's weird. It has Descend 8. 6 mana, return Ukbenbach. The Great Mistake from your graveyard to the battlefield with Finality counter on it. Okay. Activate only if there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, only as a sorcery. Alright, so it's a 5 mana 6/4 with Vigilant Menace, and then if you have Descend 8, it comes back 1 time. I love the card. Card is awesome, dude. Card is awesome, awesome. It's a great incentive to build around as well. I'm gonna give this guy an A. I love it. Don't say it 3 times in a row, yeah. The card is awesome, dude. I love that these uncommons feel like rares. They all actually feel like broken rares in other formats, if that makes sense. Like, in other formats, any of these cards are easily rares, easily some of the best rares in the set. But they're uncommons. Kind of cool. Kind of really, really cool. Alright, moving into the rares. Amalia. Benavides Aguirre. Aguirre. Benavides Aguirre. What does Aguirre mean, chat? Amalia. Amalia Benavides Aguirre. What an awesome name, by the way. That is an awesome sounding card. Okay, 2 mana 2/2. Vampire Scout. Ward, paid 3 life. Whenever you gain life, Amalia explores. Then destroy all other creatures if its power is exactly 20. Huh? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Aguirre. 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 What does Aguirre mean, chat? I kind of don't understand it. So it's a 2 mana 2/2 ward, and then when you gain life, you explore, basically. And then if it gets exactly 20, then it destroys everything. I mean, I love it. Really, really cool design. Oh, it's just a name? Okay. Huh, pretty cool. I think what do we give this? Probably an A minus. It's a cool card. A lot of the text doesn't matter on it, but pretty cool card. Next card here, Molten Collapse. 2 mana sorcery. Choose one. If you descend to this turn, you may choose both instead. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. And then if you descended, you can also destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. So this is like Dreadbore plus. Oh my god. You guys remember Dreadbore? You guys remember Dreadbore? Dreadbore. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. And then now we have this. Molten Collapse. Jeez. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent value. Yeah. Hello power creep. Aguirre could be a hint. Could be a nod to Lope de Aguirre, which is a conquistador who was sent to Peru and as well. Not a nice guy. I see. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Destroy target non-land. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanents with mana value 1 or less. Pretty cool card. Just solid. Just give us a flat A. Nothing special. Switching Dreadbore out of your commander deck, yeah. Alright, next card here, Whale of the Forgotten. Any whales in chat? Any gifters? 2 mana sorcery, descend 8. Choose 1. If there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, as cast a spell. Choose 1 or more instead. Okay. Return target non-land permanent to his owner's hand. Target opponent discards a card. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 of them in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 of them in your hand, the rest in your graveyard. That is an awesome spell. That is a cool constructed card. Like, that's one of the things. One of my complaints is that in constructed, the graveyard has not been utilized that well in recent times. You know, like people. It was so weird, honestly. You guys remember the age of Treasure Cruise? Treasure Cruise. The age of Treasure Cruise here. So, in the age of Treasure Cruise, people are like, oh my god, it's so broken, oh my gosh. For me, I'm like, isn't that good? Like, that's cool, right? Like, I like it when Magic is broken like that. I like it when Magic is, like, so deep that you're doing really, really cool things with your graveyard. And, like, I don't understand why, like, we're shying away from that. Like, Magic is supposed to be broken, right? Like, Magic, in my opinion, Magic is supposed to be a game that is, like, OP versus OP. So, that's what my friend Darren, back when I first learned Magic the Gathering, told me, right? He was like, yeah, Magic is a game of, like, the overpowered versus the overpowered. Which I still believe in, and I still think that that's the best way that Magic should be. I don't like all of these, like, oh, everything is so safe, everything is so boring, everything's so weak. Like, it's so weird to me, right? Like, I like it when cards are very powerful. And also that the design space of the graveyard is utilized. So, Whale of the Forgotten, really, really cool design space. I love it. That's the direction that I like. But yeah. Anyways. Return non-land permanents to his owner's hand. Discards card. Look top 3 cards. Awesome card. In terms of limited, it's just a fine card, right? It's nothing too special. Nothing too special. I think for limited, I'd probably give this card a B+. Play Legacy then. I don't want to play dying formats, chat. I don't want to play dying formats. Like, guys, nobody plays Legacy. Come on. Nobody plays Legacy. Let's be honest here. Yeah, I'm fine with playing dying games. I'm not fine with playing dying formats, though. Okay, next card here. Abuelo. Ancestral Echo. Actually, we rated this earlier, right? Or did we not? 3 mana, 2/2 Flying Ward, 2. No, we rated Abuela, maybe. Or do we? I don't remember. 3 mana, exile another target creature or artifact you control. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of next end step. Nice! Flicker card. I love it. Card is awesome. I'm gonna give this guy an A+. I love Mi Abuelo. It also reminds me a lot of Coco. A mí me, a mí me gusta lo. Yeah. But yeah, really sweet. Well statted. It's a good flyer. Has Ward 2. It has flicker ability. Instant speed. Really cool. Come, friends. Let's see if this world remembers us. Love it. Love it. Count me in. Next card here. Anim Pakal. 1000th Moon. That is an awesome title to have, by the way. Jesus. 3 mana, 1/2. Okay. Whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on Anim Pakal. Then create X 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Anim Pakal. Whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on Anim Pakal. Okay, so if Anim attacks himself, then he gets a counter on it. It becomes a 2/3. Then create X 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. So kind of like a Krenko, right? Basically Krenko. 1/1 tapped artifact creature tokens are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of counters on Pakal. So he'll make just a 1/1. Okay, 1/1, and then he scales / snowballs. Very good. A+. Closer to Adeline? Why not? Oh, it doesn't have to attack. That's true. It doesn't have to attack. So you can actually play this and attack with something else. Ah. Probably Giga Broken, to be honest. Probably Giga Broken. Honestly, I might just give this an S. I think this just ends a game. Which is fine, to be honest. It's like, that's a thing in Magic that I don't mind, is the thing. Is that I don't mind it if there's a card that just comes down and just ends a game. Like you just go next, whatever. I actually don't mind it. What I don't like are cards that are like Dream Trawler, in a way. I mean, Dream Trawler was kind of fine, to be honest. But comparing this to Dream Trawler, like Dream Trawler is like you have this long drawn out game, right? And then your opponent plays this crazy bomb and then it's over. And then you can't do anything about it. Whereas like this card, yeah, your opponent plays it on turn 3, attacks with their 2-drop, and then you lose a game. Like whatever. Go next, right? I actually don't mind this card at all. I actually do not mind. Probably constructed playable as well. Next card here, Squirming Emergence. 3 mana sorcery, Fathomless Ascent. Return to the battlefield target non-land permanent card in your graveyard with mana value less than or equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Okay. Huh. Damn. Constructed is so cool, dude. Holy shit. Bro, you can really do some cool stuff in Constructed. Bro, Squirming Emergence, Omniscient Self-Mill. Bro, isn't that just a deck? I guess you have to play like Historic or something. But yeah, there are a lot of implications for Constructed for sure. Squirming Emergence. In terms of limited, I think this card is really whatever in limited. Like you'll play it sometimes, but I think I'm gonna give this card a C+. Definitely a constructed card though. Very, very cool, very powerful. Yeah, I love it. I love this design. It's awesome. Cool. Okay, next card here, Deep Fathom Echo. 4 mana, 4/4. At the beginning of combat on your turn, Deep Fathom Echo explores. Okay. Then you may have it copy a you may have it become a copy of another creature you control until end of turn. It's a 4 mana 4/4, and then it automatically explores. And then it can clone one of your things. It's pretty cool. Awesome, awesome card. I assume this card is this card might just be an S tier card as well, just because it does so much for free basically. It just goes off on its own. Deep Fathom Echo. Deep Fathom Echo. I think I just give it an S. Yeah, seems good. Clones have come a long way since my day. You got it. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see if we can find the card called Clone. All right. Her versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Yeah. You know, times have changed quite a lot, right? Like, look at this. Clone is just like, okay, well, Clone is fine. But now we have this guy, Deep Fathom Echo. Kind of ridiculous, actually. Kind of ridiculous. Very good. I'm just gonna give it the S, mainly because of the just auto explorability. This card is just phenomenal. Absolutely ridiculous. Do 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 do. Yeah, really insane. Next card here, the Belligerent. 4 mana 5/5. So we saw this card yesterday already, but yeah. So whenever the Belligerent attacks, create a treasure token until the end of turn. Oh, actually no, we did not look at this. Whenever the Belligerent attacks, create a treasure token until end of turn. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. Okay. Until the end of turn. So this seems to be a trigger on attack, right? So on attack, you make a treasure token, and also until end of turn, you may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Okay, so there is no limit to it. It's just limited by your mana. So you can actually like basically you can basically experimental frenzy from the top of your deck. You can play lands and cast spells until end of turn. And it's a crude 3. Really awesome card. And you also get a treasure token on attack. Seems very good. I assume it's gonna be like A plus or S. Is it A plus or S? Probably just A plus, right? I think the crew cost is kind of high, and I think that it sounds a lot better than it looks. Or it sounds a lot better than it is. I think it is decent though. It is very decent though, right? I think I want to give it A plus here for the Belligerents. Very cool card. Next card here is Palini's Hatcher. 5 mana 5/3. Other dinosaurs you control have haste. Okay. When Palini's Hatcher enters the battlefield, create 2/0/1 green dinosaur egg creature tokens. Okay. Create 2/0/1 green egg creature tokens. Dinosaur egg creature token. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control one or more eggs, sacrifice an egg and then make it 3/3 dinosaur creature token. So it's basically a 5 mana 5/3. Then it makes 2 eggs when it enters the battlefield. Then on combat on your turn, you can sacrifice an egg. Only 1 egg max per combat. And then you make it 3/3 dino, and then that dino actually has haste. Pretty cool card. This is like I don't know, like super Thragtusk. It doesn't gain life, but super powerful card to blink, to reanimate and stuff. Honestly, this seems like a very powerful card for these Atali Galta decks. These Atali Galta decks can actually have a good mid-range thing to play as well. Very strong. I think I just want to give this an S. Just a ton of value on a single card. If you can recur it, awesome. Seems Seems amazing. Give it an S. Too much value to not give it an S. Alright, moving to the mythics here. Saheeli, the Sun's Brilliance. 2 mana 2/2. 2 mana tap, create a token that's a copy of another target creature or artifact you control. Create a token that's a copy of another target creature or artifact you control, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Gains haste, sacrifice at the beginning of the end step. Alright, so it's like a artifact creature Kiki Jiki. Kiki Siki. Kiki Siki. Huh. Very, very powerful. A lot of implications. I think I want to give it an A+, not an S. I mean, it's very powerful, fine. Nothing to complain about, just a strong card. I don't think I want to give an S, though. Just Saheeli Jiki, yeah, something like that. It's fine. It's fine. Very, very good, very solid. Next card here, the Ancient One. Goddamn, son. 2 mana 8/8, Spirit God. Alright. Descend 8. The Ancient One can't attack or block unless there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard. Awesome. 4 mana, draw a card, then discard a card. When you discard a card this way, target player mills cards equal to his mana value. That's awesome. Target player mills cards equal to his mana value. God damn. What's the highest CMC card in Magic, chat? What is the highest CMC card in Magic? This card is awesome, by the way. I mean, it's true that it can't attack or block until you have to send 8 or whatever, but it's more of like an engine, right? It's more of an engine. This card is super cool, by the way. Is Emrakul the highest CMC in Magic? Oh. An X spell, but X spell is not is not mana value outside of the stack, right? Pretty cool though. Target player mills, yeah. I mean, this is basically just a win con on its own as well. I honestly think this is probably S tier. The more I think about it, like it's not really about the body, just paying 2 mana to have this activated ability to mill your opponent for that amount. I think it's just GG. Because you can play this with like the 7 mana forest cycler, the forest land cycling guy. Mill 7, like draw a card, discard a card, mill 7. Like the game just ends pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. You can also go for like self mill and then attack with it as well. It sounds worse though. I think I'm just gonna give it an S. We'll see. It also has a lot of implications in older formats like Modern and stuff like that. People probably play this in their whatever's. Anyways, next card here, Watley, Poet of Unity. 3 mana 2/3. Oh, we've already seen Watley, but we can do it again. We rated her in green. Anyways, 3 mana 2/3. Enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put your hand in the shuffle. Then 5 mana, exile her, return her transformed, and then she's a saga. She makes 2 3/3 dinos, and then a saga 2. Your creatures you control have tap, add 1 of a 9 mana. Saga 3, search your library for a dinosaur card, reveal, put in your hand, then shuffle. And then Saga 4, dinosaurs you control gain double strike and trample to end a turn. So we gave this an S tier. Really cool dino decks in Constructed, actually. Like really cool Atali decks. And it'll be fun to see how people optimize the Atali decks. But yeah, we gave this an S. Alright, next card here, Myco Tyrant. 3 mana, star. It's a legendary Elder Fungus. It's trample. The Myco Tyrant's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control that are fungi and or saplings. equals the number of creatures you control that are fungi and or saplings. Okay. Wait, what? My power and stuff is equal to number of creatures you control that are fungi and or saplings. Hold on. Chat. So fungus counts as fungi, right? In Magic? Can anybody confirm? So it's a 1-1 at the very least, right? Kind of confusing. And the reason for that is because, like, Magic the Gathering is a card game that generally is very explicit with the wording. So, like, fungus and fungi could technically not be the same thing. But yeah. But okay, so we're just following English here. So fungi is just plural for fungus. But yeah, okay. So it does count as self. Okay. At the beginning of your end step, create X 1/1 black fungus creature tokens with this creature can't block, where X is the number of times you descended this turn. That's interesting because this is the first card I think we've seen that cares about multiple descents, right? Each time a permanent card is put in your graveyard from anywhere. So I believe what is counting is instances of moments where something entered your graveyard. So I believe that if it was in combat and say like 5 of your creatures died and 5 cards were put in the graveyard, that counts as 1 descent. I'm pretty sure. This does not count tokens dying because descent is permanent card. So tokens do go to the graveyard, but they're not permanent cards. Yeah, so or if you milled yourself for 4, I believe that you descended 1 time. So this card is kind of breaking the game a little bit. But yeah. I don't think it counts every time a permanent card is put in your graveyard, right? Isn't it instance? Or do cards go into the graveyard 1 by 1? Does anybody know? I actually don't even know. Each time a permanent card is put in your graveyard from anywhere. Each time a permanent card is put in your graveyard, but that doesn't clarify. Right? Technically. Does everything happen 1 by 1 essentially? I'm not sure. Anyways, I mean, I assume we just give it an S, though. I don't know. I got no idea. Usually they'll say 1 or more. Yeah, that's also true. Usually they'll say 1 or more. Ooh, the alt art for this is sick. Let's check out the alt art. Alt art. Look at this guy. This guy looks like looks like that guy from Spaceballs. The Pizza the Hut. Jabba the Hutt, yeah. Jabba the Hutt, Pizza the Hut. Alright. Anyways, let's give him an S. Next card here, Sovereign Onek Ahu. Onek Ahal. Okay, 4 mana, 3/4. Legendary Cat Noble. Ward 2. Whenever Sovereign Onek Ahal attacks, for each creature you control with power greater than that creature's base power, okay, put a number of +1/+1 counters on that creature equal to the difference. Okay, so this is basically just snowballing and scaling other things that are modified, right? Other things that are modified in terms of power. Pretty powerful card. I don't think it's like giga game breaking or anything. It's like a snowbally card. I think I'm gonna give this card an A+. This card an A+. Powerful card, well statted. You get benefits for your other things being big and growing bigger. So yeah, A+. It's borderline S though. Oh, until end of turn. Wait, no. What do you mean? Whenever this guy attacks. For each creature you control, it counts as self as well. And the other things don't have to be attacking, like, pretty good. Alright, next card here, Vito, Fanatic of Aklazotos. 4 mana, 4/4 flying. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, you gain 2 life. If this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. If it is the second time, each opponent loses 2 life. If it's a third time, create a 4/3 white and black vampire demon creature token with flying. Pretty powerful. We've seen a lot of good sacrifice effects in black. There's a 3 mana 1/4 that taps to sack with no mana cost, an artifact or creature. There's also a 2/2 Inquisitor guy at uncommon in black and white, which has instant speed sacrifice ability as well. I assume this guy is just going to be an S tier card. You can also sacrifice maps and stuff, but generally, I think that that's going to be a worse way to do it. It's usually going to be with the sacrifice guys, so. But yeah, I guess you could just pop 3 maps on your opponent's turn or something. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, pretty cool. S tier. Easy clap. Awesomely statted. Like, why not? Honestly, people can probably play this. This is probably just a constructed deck, by the way. So aristocrats are probably back. You can probably build a really good aristocrats deck. Honestly, it can even be like Mardu aristocrats with steel sack. Yeah, probably there's gonna be a decent steel sack aristocrats deck, and that should be pretty good against dinosaurs actually. Yeah. Oh, maps are sorcery speed? I mean, then you just do it on your turn then. Alright, this looks like the one planeswalker for this format, Kentorius Canned. You know, as much as I hate planeswalkers, Kentorius is my boy. I fucking love this guy. So let's see what he does. 5 mana 4/4. Sorry, 5 mana 4 loyalty. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, Kentorius Canned deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life. So it works with adventures and stuff, I guess, in constructed. +1. Create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token, alright? So that's a nod back to Strixhaven. -3 is Discover 4. Okay. Actually, does Discover cast from exile? I believe it does, right? Or it does not. No, it doesn't, right? No, it does not. It does cast from exile? How does it work? What does it say, actually? It's not cast from your deck. It's like, it goes to exile, and then you can cast it or something? So there's like multiple steps there. Exile until cast from exile, okay. Cast from exile or put in hand, I see. Okay, so it does proc as passive. -3 is Discover 4. -6, exile any number of target cards from your graveyard. Add a red for each card exiled this way. You may play those cards this turn. Exile any number of cards from your graveyard. Add a red mana for each card exiled this way. You may play those cards this turn. Pretty cool card. So it does seem extremely powerful. Planeswalkers that protect themselves and gains in loyalty, really, really strong. Discover 4, cashing it in, also really strong. I think this card is going to be very good still. Probably just give it an S. It's kind of like an S-, but still very good. Still very good. Not as broken as other Planeswalkers we've seen in the past or anything, but in terms of limited, still a Gigabomb. Any of these cards that are factories that are just going to be very, very powerful. All right, and moving on to the very final card in the format. Gishath Sun's Avatar, 7 mana. Goddamn, more Dino cards. 7/6. Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Whenever Gishath Sun's Avatar deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them to the battlefield, the rest on the bottom. Alright, so basically, I think my biggest complaint about the dinosaurs deck in Constructed is that the games are going to end way too soon, right? The games are going to end way too soon. So 20 HP is just not enough. Like, you want more time to like do more dinosaur stuff, right? But the moment you play like Atali hit Gishath, or you play Galta and then you put Gishath and Atali on the battlefield, like the game's just over. It's kind of awkward, right? But yeah, that'll be a fun deck if it's competitive. But even if it's not competitive, it'll probably still be fun. Not enough good dinos. I think there's infinite good dinos. Like, how are there not enough good dinos? It's more about like, how can I play all of these cards in my 60 card deck? Something's got to go, right? But yeah. Anyways, how do we feel about Gishath in limited though? How do you feel about it in limited? Honestly, I think it's pretty good in the format still. I think probably still very good in the format. I don't think it's mid. I think getting to 8 mana in this format is actually not that big of a deal. I think that you're also just playing a lot of good dinos already. Probably not S tier though, but I think we're just gonna give him an A plus. A plus for Gishath. I think A is reasonable for this card. All right, and with that, our limited set review for Lost Caverns of Ixalan is now completed. What do you guys think about the set? How do you guys like it? Good, bad, too bomby. If you pick this pack one, pick one, you don't really force it. No, I don't think so. You have a lot of good things to do in the format. So like, while yes, this is an incentive, you don't actually have to force it or anything. I think this format so far, it looks like to me, it's gonna be rivaling Ikoria. Ikoria, Call Time, even March of the Machine as sort of like all-time great formats. The format doesn't look overly aggressive. Like there are aggressive things to do, especially in red. But it seems a lot more mid-range. It seems like you can have a lot of play. There seems to be a lot of cool things to do with Graveyard, and games feel like they go really long. There's a lot of things to do with mana. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. It looks complicated. It seems like a super synergy focused format as well. And yeah, it looks like just like a lot of dumb fun with a lot of powerful stuff at uncommon. And honestly, it seems like a lot of creature battling. Like removal spells in general, outside of like black maybe, are kind of not that good. Not a lot of pump spells either. It just looks like a stupid Timmy format for the most part. Looks like a stupid Timmy format. And the cool thing is that it looks like there's gonna be a lot of ways to play like a lot of creature based decks and also a lot of creature list decks as well. I think that you can do these like very, very unconventional control strategies, especially with caves and with the Caves Ablaze board wipe card at uncommon. But yeah, really, really awesome set. I'm very excited. I think the set has a lot of passion, a lot of excitement, things that I'm expecting in this day and age of Magic. This does not seem like it's going to be a Phyrexa All-Be-One or a Wilds of Eldraine. It's going to be balls to the wall. Really, really cool.